Vegas Weekly for Saturday, November 28th, 2020. I'm back. Need to shave. No shave November is almost over with. Definitely put Mr. Graybeard going on this month. So I'm back more or less 100% thanks to all the well wishes from everyone last week. Sorry we went ahead and canceled the live stream on Wednesday. In addition to my own personal situation, it seemed like there was already quite a glut of people doing Vegas content, and didn't really have anything particular to share with you all anyway. May try to reschedule something this week or in the next couple of weeks, so it could come up quickly. So make sure you click that notification bell. You'll get a notification anytime I get a wild hair and decide to go live. A reminder that this broadcast is brought to you in part by our members. Thanks to Walt and Matt for joining us, Mark, this week as members of Vegas Tips and Tricks. I'll put a link to channel membership in the show notes below. A great opportunity to show your support for the channel. And thanks to those who have already done so. The Frontiersman, that's Walt's channel, is getting very close to 1,000 subscribers. If you haven't checked it out, I'll put a link to it in the show notes below. It does a lot of Vegas and Vegas area content as well as other travels around the country, so definitely check that out. The news this week out of Las Vegas is by and large not good. The governor this past Sunday announced a 3-week pause to try to slow the rate of transmission in the state of Nevada. And that pause included reducing capacities in bars and restaurants and other locations from 50% to 25%, a maximum of 50 people. And that's obviously going to impact the few shows which had opened up in Las Vegas, most of which now seem poised to close or have already announced that they will close. Absinthe says that they will soldier on, but I don't know how long they can do that with a maximum of 50 people allowed inside the tent. The numbers start not adding up very well for that. When people hear that 25% capacity, that doesn't really apply to hotel rooms. It applies to sort of public spaces, and most public spaces are nowhere near their sort of fire capacity. So in the casinos, unless it's a very busy time, I doubt that you're going to notice the 25% versus 50% thing. But certainly in restaurants and bars is where you see the biggest impact. And one longtime bar and restaurant announced this week that, at least for the time being, they're shutting down. Atomic Liquors, which has been around since the beginning of the atomic age, decided that they were not going to be able to make a go of it under these circumstances. Of course, things could have been worse. We could have seen a full-on shutdown like we did back in March, but I wasn't expecting that, and I don't think anyone's really expecting that at this point. The blow to the Las Vegas economy would simply be too great. A couple of more hotel properties have announced that they're moving to a weekends-only schedule. And one announced that it's closing its hotel down completely. Park MGM, which was the last of the MGM resorts to reopen, has decided that the hotel business there is simply not strong enough. The casino and other amenities will remain available 24/7, 365. Mirage and Mandalay Bay, two of the most far-flung of the MGM resorts, announced that they will be open only over the weekend with that sort of Thursday to Monday schedule, which we've seen elsewhere. A couple of positive notes for the week. Donny Osmond announced that he's headed back to the Strip. The lesser half of the Donny and Marie show that played for so many years at the Flamingo will be starting a show sometime in the near future at Harrah's. And in one of the strangest announcements ever, Derek Stevens, the mastermind behind Circa, a property which is scheduled to open on December 28th, has told guests that who have a reservation for opening night that they can check in early, very early, like December 26th. So, hey, for the price they're paying, maybe they should get a couple of extra nights free. That's a nice gesture, little post-Christmas gift, Boxing Day, as some folks say. I suspect it will give the hotel operations a little bit more of a chance to get everyone into their rooms properly. It is well known that hotel openings tend to have a lot of sort of registration snafus, so hopefully that'll stretch out the registration process enough that that will not be such a huge deal, but kind of a fun note there. Speaking of fun notes, PJ's back, of course. He's got another fall-themed cocktail to share with you today. So without any further ado, let's send it over to Paul. PJ, are you facing this way? Anyway, take it away.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Cocktail of the Week with your host and not a professional bartender, PJ.
Well, hello everybody, and happy Thanksgiving. Hopefully everybody had a fantastic Thanksgiving. John, how was your Thanksgiving? Excellent, mine was too. I just had with my mom, my brother, and another friend. We had a great Thanksgiving, great dinner indeed. Hopefully all you all had a great dinner, and we're very smart to keep the party small. I know it's a tough year, 2020. But we're going to change all that with a fantastic drink today, gin and cider. Gin and cider. It's probably going to be my last fall drink because next month we start getting ready for Christmas, for those of you who celebrate Christmas. So, without further ado, let's get started with today's drink, the gin and cider. Just 5 ingredients, a couple of spirits, a dash of bitters, some simple syrup, lemon juice, apple cider, and of course gin, our main ingredient here. Right, well, let's get started, shall we? John, you ready? Fantastic. All right, first thing we're going to do is get some ice in our glass, get that chilled. We're going to be making this in a Collins glass. All right, set that aside. Let's bring in our shaker. Just checking my notes here, see if I missed anything. I don't think so. I think we're good there. All right, pop that right there. All right, first thing we're going to do is 2 ounces of gin. 2 ounces of apple cider. And a half ounce of lemon juice. And we're going to do 2 dashes of our, I never get this right, Angostura of bitters. 2 dashes. 1, 2. And this recipe also calls for a dash of simple syrup. So we're going to just do, that looks like a dash of that. All right, though the apple cider is already sweet, I'm not sure what the simple syrup is going to do. We're about to find out because now we're going to shake this puppy up. Pop the lid on there good and tight. And let's get it shaking. So how'd you guys like that 3-shot holiday challenge? Hopefully everybody is doing that. Andy, John, and Anastas. Alrighty, that is a good shake. Let's bring our glass back into center here. And let's pour this puppy. I know all my fall cocktails have had a very similar color of apple cider. It's running over the edge. I'm hoping my glasses are leaking. Oh, jeez. Let's clean that up a little bit. For our garnish, we're just doing a cinnamon stick. This isn't going to be long enough, but we're going to pop it in there, see if we can just set it on the ice. Maybe. Oh, there we go. All righty, ladies and gentlemen, and there you have the gin and cider. John, cheers to you, my friend. Cheers to all of you. Thank you for your continued support of Vegas Weekly. Cheers. That's quite tasty, kind of. You know, the gin and the apple cider, they actually blend much better than I thought they were going to. Neither one too overpowering. You can kind of taste both of them. Lemon juice, a little bit of tartness there. I can't tell about the bitters or the simple syrup, but you could definitely you could distinguish the gin and the apple cider and a little bit of the lemon juice. So, ladies and gentlemen, I highly recommend this drink. If you don't already have the ingredients, this is what you'll need: gin, apple cider, lemon juice. You could probably go without the bitters and without the simple syrup, but if you want to follow my recipe, it is at the end of this video. I had my GoPro on voice command, so it actually stopped the video, but we're back. Hopefully it won't do that again. I got to be careful what I say when I have voice commands on. Anyhow, ladies and gentlemen, there you have the gin and cider. Please make one. Let me know how you do. Say in the comments down below. Tell us how much you enjoy the drink. Tell us how much you enjoy the show. John puts a lot of work into this, as you all know, week in and week out. So how can we tell him to do that? First of all, how about a big thumbs up? Second, leave a comment down below. Tell him how much you enjoy the show. Third, subscribe. We want to get John, hit that subscribe button, to 10,000 subscribers. You can do it. If you tell 2 friends and your 2 friends tell 2 friends and they tell 2 friends, we'll have 10,000 subscribers by New Year's. How fantastic would that be? John! Right? Yes? I like it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, for the last time of the month of November, hope you had a great Thanksgiving, and we will see you next week. Cheers again. Cheers again. We're out of here.
Hey, that drink looked pretty good. I used to be kind of a gin guy myself back in the day. It is an interesting mix of things, but looks pretty refreshing for a warm November day, which it's been fairly warm around here. And happy Thanksgiving. I neglected to mention that earlier, so I hope everybody had a good day. Our Vegas tip or trick of the week harkens back to our news story. Again, with so many of Las Vegas's properties going to a shortened hotel week or closing altogether, at least briefly, make sure that you don't get moved somewhere you don't want to be. I went on the Caesars website just a couple of hours ago, and despite the fact that Planet Hollywood is not open midweek, it was still going to allow me to book a room. I know of people who have and have been moved to Paris. You could be moved anywhere. With Mirage and Mandalay Bay going to the abbreviated hotel schedule as well. If you have a reservation there and you're particularly fond of being in that particular area, you might want to just cancel the reservation and make a decision on where you want to stay. Otherwise, if you're at the Mirage, they're likely to move you to a nice property. They'll probably move you down to Bellagio. But if you wanted to stay in the general area of the Mirage, then that may not be what you want. And they're not going to move you for like a night or two. They're going to move the entire reservation, at least based on everything that I have seen and heard so far. So just a reminder, so far we're looking at Encore, we're looking at Mirage, Link, Planet Hollywood, Park MGM closing, so that you want to look into that one as well, and Mandalay Bay, all have abbreviated schedules. And many of them will still let you make a reservation on dates that they're not planning to be open. So if you have a reservation or are planning on making a reservation, keep that in mind. And if you really want to stay at one of those abbreviated hotel properties, you're going to have to make sure that your stay falls sometime between Thursday afternoon and Monday around noon. Otherwise, you're not going to get that hotel. So there you go. That's our Vegas tip or trick of the week. All right, so we're going to wrap up the show. Fairly quick show today, but I think some good information packed in. As PJ said, please consider liking this broadcast, sharing it with your friends, commenting, subscribing if you're not already subscribed. So we certainly appreciate that. We appreciate our members that make that possible. You see them along the bottom of the screen right now. Until next Saturday, or maybe sooner, hope that you have a great, lucky, and healthy week. We will see you soon.